right, guys, now we're having fun. I am talking about Facebook ads here. So in this video, this is a video in a series, and first video we learned how to create a Facebook page. Second video we learned how to do a Facebook ad. Third video we learned how to do targeting correctly. And in this video I'm going to introduce retargeting. Okay, so what is retargeting? First of all, this is annoying. Hold on. Let me pause it. There. I don't want to see that little face of mine jibber jabbering while I'm trying to create a different video here. So let's talk about Facebook retargeting. What is Facebook retargeting? If you play around on Facebook at all, you've been retargeted. You personally have experienced retargeting. Maybe I use retargeting all the time. Maybe you found this video course because of a retargeting ad that I had on Facebook. Okay? So have you ever noticed that you click on a website or you click on an ad or something, and then all of a sudden you start seeing ads for that specific business or for that specific website or product or whatever. You start seeing those, like every 5th time you're on Facebook, every 10th time you're on Facebook, you start seeing these ads. It's like this company's following you around and showing you ads over and over. Okay? Some people think that's obnoxious, but it works. Okay? I've gotten a lot of business from doing this. I've talked to a lot of people that have gotten a lot of business for doing this. If you do it for a service-based business, especially the type of service where people are using your company repeatedly for different things, then you will be light years ahead of your competitors. And let's make sure that we stay on track with what the whole point of doing Facebook ads is. It's to get phone calls. Okay, so if you can do the ad stuff that I've showed you so far, with the way that you set up targeting, with the type of ad, and the specific page that you send them to on your website, you're already going to be ahead of everybody. But if you incorporate retargeting on top of that, wow, that's all I can say. I think I've only seen one service business locally here in Missoula, Montana, which isn't a big city, so it's not a big deal. But I think I've seen one service business do retargeting ads, and he probably didn't do it. He probably paid a ton of money to have somebody do it for him. If you can learn this stuff, which is not that difficult, it's one of those things where if you just do it a couple times, then it'll make sense. Once you have it set up, it's pretty much done besides some tweaking. If you can get this stuff done, internalize, and learn this stuff, I'm telling you, you're going to be way ahead of the competition. Way ahead. And you might as well do it now, because this stuff is getting more and more popular. People are figuring it out. Marketing agencies are offering this as a service more and more. They're offering retargeting services, and I'm just saying, get ahead of the pack. Okay, this is a perfect time to do it. And like I said, I'm trying to simplify it for you. It's gonna seem kind of complicated because it's foreign. You've never done this before. But if you can watch this video, do it. Get confused, which is okay to be confused. Come back, watch the video again, go do it again. Do that 3 or 4 times if you have to. You can get it. Anybody can get this stuff. If they can play around on Facebook, then you can understand this concept. And I'm gonna explain it. I'm gonna explain it in detail here. But like I said, I like to cut out all the crap. I like to cut out stuff that we don't need. Cut out stuff that is not necessary, that is confusing, causes drag, makes things seem all blurry and overwhelming. I want to cut all that out. So as much as possible anyway, and just give you guys the meat, the stuff that matters. So enough of my little rant there. Let's get into how to do this. So we've already created the ad. So let's go back to the ads manager. Okay, so you click on the down arrow here. We're going to go to manage ads. Before, when we went to create ads, now we're going to go to manage ads. And you can see a list of all of the campaigns, all of the ad sets, and all of the ads that we have in our ads manager here. So let me click on Big West Marketing. So you're going to basically see all of the ads that I've got here, and here. Let's see, why is it not showing all my ads? All campaigns. So right now it's on account, and then we're going to go to campaigns. So you'll be able to see all my campaigns. And you'll see here that the ones that are gray are not currently, these are just ads I've run in the past, okay? And the ones that are gray I'm not currently running, okay? The only one I have running right now is retargeting. So when I go to create a new ad, I'm going to always leave the retargeting one running in the background. And let me explain to you how this works. So basically the way I do it is I'll have one or two ads running similar to the way I showed you in the last video. I'm looking for new clients that have never clicked on my website before, and that I just want people to click over to my website and see my specials, call me up, get something going. But just because they see me at that specific day on that specific time of the day doesn't mean they're ready to work with me or even talk to me or call me or even pay attention to me. But I caught their attention, they clicked on it, and then they're back to making jokes with their high school friends. Okay? And that's good. Now we've got that click. And what that click does is it triggers retargeting ads. You got to get the click. You got to get the click over to your website in order to get them to start seeing your retargeting ads. Okay? So, and I'm going to show you how you do that, how you set it up so that when they hit your website, all of a sudden you're following them around for the next month or two. All right? That being said, I want to make sure you understand. You have one ad going to get clicks, one ad going that is a retargeting ad, okay? And you can be strategic about what those two things are. So you do the ad like I showed you in the last video, okay? Last two videos. Then and now you're getting clicks. You're spending $5 a day, $10 a day, whatever. You're getting clicks, bunch of clicks, some calls, but mostly just clicks. That's just how it works. So. Now what you want to do is you want to set up what's called a retargeting pixel. So you click on, and Facebook does not make this easy and obvious. So this is where you really need to pay attention, take some notes, watch this video 50 times if you need to. But you need to understand this whole pixel concept. So you go up here to the ads manager and you click on that. Now you're going to go down and you're going to click on, and so now there's a drop down. So now we're going to go to audiences. Okay, and you're going to go to create an audience. Okay, right? If you don't, you won't see this list like I have here. Okay, this is the stuff that I've already done in the past. You go to create audience, and we're going to go custom audience. Okay, now forget all this other obnoxious stuff that is not going to help you. Cross off customer file, cross off app activity, engagement on Facebook. Maybe by the time you see this, there'll be other stuff that's going to be look like clutter, confusion. Oh no, I don't understand this crazy technical stuff. Forget all that. Click on website traffic. I'm telling you the stuff to do and the stuff to not do. Don't click on anything but website traffic. We're creating an audience, but what we're doing in this section, we're just trying to get a pixel, a little piece of code, and I'll explain that here in a sec. Now, leave it at anyone who visits your website, okay? And I like to choose, you can choose 30 days as the default here. I like to choose 60 days. So people are going to see your ad for the next 2 months. Maybe they're not ready to have their carpets cleaned, or maybe they're not ready to have their air conditioner serviced. Maybe they're not ready to get a new roof on their website, but they were looking around or they saw your ad and it kind of got them in the mode. Now, for the next 2 months, the next 60 days, they're going to be seeing you over and over and over, which is going to increase the chances of them calling you by a huge, huge amount. Like, I don't even run ads on Facebook anymore unless I have retargeting set up to follow people around. It's almost useless to have somebody just see an ad once. I mean, you'll get some stuff. But, I mean, you can easily get 5 to 10 times more people responding to your ads by doing what I'm showing you right now. So, yes, it's confusing. Yes, I'm using terms that you've never heard before, like Facebook retargeting pixel. But bear with me. Stick with me. Please stick with me on this one. This will benefit you. Okay. 60 days. Let's do 60 days. Do whatever you want, but I'm using 60 days. And I'm going to say the audience name. This is just going to be for me. I like to always have, so stick with the carpet cleaning example we were using in the last videos. I like to always have the words retargeting in there. So I know that this is my retargeting, that it's a retargeting ad. Okay? I don't want to confuse myself. If it was tile and grout cleaning, I'd do tile and grout retargeting. Okay? If it was roofing, I'd do, roofing ad retargeting, roof repair retargeting, whatever it is. Put the word retargeting after it so that you don't get confused on this audience. Okay. Now, I'm going to create this audience. Thank you for creating it. Okay. Now I need to go back into this audience and let's see. And then I go back to edit. Now it's going to pop up the same screen here, and I can either change the days. But the reason I saved it and went back into it is because now the pixel has been created. Before, the pixel wasn't created until I saved it, if that makes sense. Like I said, get in here and just do it. Rewatch the video, do it again, rewatch the video, do it again, and this stuff will start making sense. I know it doesn't make sense quite yet. Now, I don't know why Facebook makes this so hard, and by the time you see this video, maybe Facebook will have made it more obvious and easy to do this. But what you want to do is click on this little gear down in the bottom left-hand corner. And you want to click on View Pixel Code. I'm going to click on that. Now it's going to give us this big scary box of code. You're going to have to learn to be a computer programmer from this point forward. I'm just kidding. You're not going to be a computer programmer. You're just going to know how to copy and paste. Okay? So basically, or you can click down here and email this code to your web designer. If we are your web designer, email this to me, joe@bigwestmarketing.com. Email it to our web designer, whoever designed the website in our office, email it to them. Get it to our office. If we did your website, we can get this on your website for you. But this code here needs to go onto your website in a very special place. And I'm going to show you where it goes on our websites so you have an idea what the hell I'm talking about. So I clicked on that and it copied it to the clipboard. So that's what the little thing it said. So let's do it again. Boom. You see that? Copied it. All I did was click. If you know how to copy and paste, you'll understand what I'm talking about. I can't teach you about copying and pasting. That is just too basic for this video. Google it, YouTube it, if you don't know what I'm talking about when I say copy and paste. Now, I'm going into the dashboard of my website. Okay? We use WordPress for the websites that we build. You may use like Squarespace. You may use Weebly or Wix or GoDaddy's website, Go Live, whatever it is. Every one of these website platforms will have some sort of dashboard that you can get into and allow you to put that code, paste that code into the head section. If you're our client, we'll do it for you, or you can just go to Genesis, Theme Settings, scroll down to where it says Header Scripts, the very bottom, and then I've already got it in here, but if I didn't, I would, click into this box, right click and go paste. Okay? And then Facebook will even put this little note in here, Facebook pixel code for retargeting. That's nice of them, isn't it? It makes it super hard to find the pixel, but once you find it and know where to put it, then they're nice to you and make it simple and obvious, but I digress. So, But like I said, have your web designer do it, or learn where the header section is in your website dashboard. It's also the same place where you put like your Google Analytics code, or anytime you need to put some special code that interacts with like another platform like Google or Facebook or something like that, then you do it in the header section. So get familiar with that if you're doing your own website stuff, okay? And then you save it. And make sure you click save. Now it's saved in there. And now what happens is, this is the cool part. Now you've done the hard part's over. We can all relax. And you only have to do this one time. But now you can relax. Your retargeting pixel code is in your website. You're light years ahead of your competition because they haven't done this. Probably won't do it unless they pay a bunch of money to do it, to somebody to do it for them, assuming that person can do it correctly. You know how many people charge for the service that do it incorrectly, by the way? You know how many marketing companies out there I have seen charge for this service and do it incorrectly? And it's actually not working and nobody knows it, but they're paying a bunch of money. It's a lot. It's ridiculous. So anyway. Okay, so now we have that custom audience and the pixel associated with it created. Now what we want to do is go back to the ad. Let's just go back here. Let's go back to Facebook. Go back to our ads manager. Get our bearings. And I'll show you the way I like to set this up. All right, now we need to go all campaigns again. So we go back to our main screen. You need to become friends with this screen. This is where all your campaigns and your ads are going to be located. And so basically what you're going to do is you're going to go back to create an ad. And this is what we went through in the last couple videos. We're going to go back to traffic. Don't change anything here. Go back to traffic. Continue. This one, actually, go back here. This one's called All American Ads. I'm going to call All American Ads Retargeting. I don't want to be confused on which ad is a normal ad and which ad is the one that follows them around. Okay, they're going to be separate. So you're basically going to have two or more ads running all the time. You're always going to have a retargeting ad running around the internet, chasing people around Facebook, making them know that you exist. They're not going to forget you if you have that ad running all the time, $5 a day, $10 a day, whatever. That's a retargeting ad. Okay, boom. Get all this clutter out of here. Okay, I don't care. Get it out. So we got our retargeting name there. So now we know it's a retargeting ad. I would go back and so now this time, so we talked about audience. Now this time we're going to use a saved audience. We're not going to create all that ages and all that. We already did that on the first ad. What we want to do is use a saved audience, and this is where we can do the. This is where it will show up the retargeting ad. Let's see. Oh, it's because I'm using I have a different page set up. So I've got so many things in my account. It's all confusing and cluttered. But in your account, you should only have one audience saved, and that will be the one that's named retargeting. And so when you clicked on use a saved audience instead of creating a new one, then you'll click that retargeting ad. Okay. The only other thing you may want to change is the daily budget. Mess with that a little bit. And then you're good to go. Ignore all the other junk. Okay? Once again, retargeting ad. However you want to name it, so you know you're not going to forget this is a retargeting ad as opposed to just an ad to get clicks. Okay, and then we go back down to the ad. and we're going to create a new ad for that. So let's say you did the one with the little cute dog picture, and you targeted female pet owners in Redding, California. You basically want the same people to see it. Maybe throw another version of that dog, a different dog, and you don't want to have the exact same ad, I would say. I mean, you can in the exact same ad, you can, but I like to mix it up a little bit, and I like to have a stronger call to action, like get your $20 off pet odor removal right now as a call to action, and then a picture of maybe the same dog in a different pose, or even a different dog is fine. Make sure they know that it was All American Carpet Care that is sending that they're seeing, so they make that connection. Hey, I already saw this guy. I clicked on him. I keep seeing him more. He's everywhere, man. This guy must be popular in town. Oh man, my dog. Yeah, I do have that pet odor in my kid's bedroom. It's time. Yeah, it's time to call him and just see. Let's see what his prices are. He says I get $20 off here. So okay, cool. Once again, you send them over to the pet page. You don't send them to the home page. All the stuff we talked about in the last couple of videos applies. The only difference is you're using, under the audience section, you're using a saved audience, not creating a new one. Okay? You're using the one that is set up as the retargeting audience that we created up here when we clicked on here and we went down to audiences. Okay? Now, one thing I have to mention is just because someone clicks on your ad and that so let's talk about this. So you got your pixel in here. You put your pixel into the header script. You saved it. Now you're ready to go. Now what happens? I just want to explain to you what happens. Your browser, like Chrome or Firefox or Safari or Internet Explorer, whatever you use, what happens is this pixel will place a cookie onto that browser. Maybe you've seen where you can clear cookies and stuff like that. Here's a new crazy technical thing that you're going to have to understand. This pixel will put a cookie on that browser, and that's what causes those ads to constantly reappear. Okay? They didn't jump into your computer and and learn all about you, and you don't need to be super paranoid. All they did was put a cookie on your browser. If you wanted to take those cookies off, like in Chrome, you just go to these little dots over here, more tools, clear browsing data, and I can clear the cookies, and then I won't see those ads anymore. But most people don't do that. Most people aren't that paranoid, but if just so you understand like what's going on, all you're doing is saying, hey, Chrome, here's a pixel or here's a cookie. Show some ads to these people on Facebook every once in a while, okay? So I hope that makes sense. And you know what I want to do? I want to make a little flow chart here that might help, because I know that the first time you do this, it's confusing. So here we got the Facebook ad. This is the one that we learned about in the past for clicks. We want to get clicks. Clicks and calls, let's call it that. The Facebook ad for clicks and calls, okay? And what happens is, let's use a little circle one here. No, let's use a diamond. They click. When they click, they go to your website. So we go from here to here, little arrow here, and they go to your website. Okay, so let's just, we're simplifying this. Let's move this over to the left a little bit. Okay, Facebook ad for clicks and calls. That's the one we talked about, where we put a cute dog and we put a targeted women that own dogs, and it's in Redding and blah blah blah. They click on that, okay, and they go to your website. Now what happens? That pixel that we created with all that scary code that you had to paste onto the website, the code's on the website, so it causes this Facebook pixel to trigger. And that Facebook pixel goes into their browser. Then this Facebook pixel, since you've assigned the custom audience, the retargeting audience, will now cause people to see your retargeting ad. And that, in turn, will greatly increase the chances for a phone call, assuming you pick up your phone and have good phone skills, a phone call and a job and more money for your business. How does that sound? How do I make that bigger? Let's put Facebook retargeting ads. So we know we've got 2 ads going here. Facebook ad for clicks and calls. Facebook ad for retargeting. So people go through this crazy little diagram here. I hope this simplifies it for you. Hope it doesn't make it more confusing. Maybe if I put it like that. These arrows do not need to be that crazy, but whatever. Oh, I see. It's because they're going to the top. Okay. Anyway, you get the point. You understand what I'm saying. Anyway, Facebook ad. Click. Your website. Facebook pixels triggered. Then they see retargeting ads over the next 2 months. And then over those next 2 months, the chances of them calling you are increased by 5 to 10 times, as opposed to just seeing your ad one time, because then it's just about timing. It's not about a need or desire to use your service. So that is Facebook retargeting. Okay? That's how I do it. That's how you should be doing it. And that's how you're really going to start making money with Facebook. That's how you're going to really, and it's cheap, $5 a day. Do $5 a day here and do $5 a day over here. If you get slow and you don't have as many calls as you want, or you need to fill up a day, or you want to add a new employee and truck to your service, increase it to 10 or 15. Increase it to 10 or 15 over here. Okay? Or over here, I'm sorry. And that's how successful businesses are using Facebook right now. Like I said, nobody is using this, man. Your competition is not using this. If they are, they probably aren't doing it the way that I explained. And I'm telling you, if you do this, you will be head and shoulders above the competition. Stop just doing these little boost posts and just hoping that you get some calls that day. Stop wasting money on that stuff. Take the time to learn what I'm talking about, figure it out, and start really dominating Facebook when it comes to your service. Okay? There's no competition for this stuff right now. And if there is, it's weak. So take advantage of it while it's still fresh and new. Okay? All right. So that's it for this video. Let's see what I'm going to talk about next. Okay, the next video is going to take this stuff to even a new level. And now I know nobody's doing the next stuff. Nobody, not even marketing agencies or anybody are doing this stuff. It came to me while I was eating a hamburger, hanging out with one of my friends, Amanda Reed. We were sitting around talking, and this just snapped into my head, and it's huge. This next stuff, it's like my top secret Facebook ad strategy. First, master what I'm talking about now so that the next stuff will make sense. And then I'll see you in the next video. I'll stop talking. I'll see you in the next video.